Hey, all right, everybody. Well, it's been a little while. I'm trying to put one of these episodes out a week, and it's been a little over a week. And kind of wanted to discuss planning. The new year came around, and I started making some pretty lofty goals. And I saw it was time that I need to sit down and really plan this stuff out. And without a plan, it's like a ship in the harbor or in the ocean without a rudder. It's just kind of floating around aimlessly. And so, yeah, this coming year, this will probably be a big year for me as far as personal, professional, physical, all those different goals. I just wanted to go big. So, and the whole just do it just doesn't work. I mean, you can attempt it, but ultimately you'll end up failing and just being lost. And so Yogi Berra, one of the late great baseball players, basically said if you don't know where you're going, you'll end up someplace else. So best way to get someplace and know where you're going is have a map, and planning is part of that process. And so did some research, kind of looked up. I just wanted to get an idea on what like Wikipedia said about planning. Basically, planning is the process of thinking about the activities required to achieve a desired goal. And so, yeah, it requires you doing something. It's an activity, and you want to achieve a desired goal. You want to have an established plan and a good plan. And so, my goals for 2020 are broken up into three categories: personal, professional, and physical, which also include health with that. And so, the first thing you want to do when you're, like I mentioned earlier, when you're talking about goals, is you want to write them down. And then after you write them down, you want to share them with somebody, like I'm doing right here, sharing with whoever's watching the video or wherever this video ends up, and whoever ends up seeing it. Share it with a friend, find a confidant, somebody that's going to hold you accountable, and you know and I'm stepping out of my comfort zone and putting it out on social media and doing these videos. This is one of my goals is to try once a week just to put out these videos, sharing topics that I have knowledge on, that I've experienced, just experience in life. I've got a lot of experience that I think others can benefit from. And so, as I mentioned, personal, professional, and physical goals, things that I'm kind of focusing on this year. And for personal, my plan is to read 12 books, basically one a month. It's more than I did last year. Last year I did 9. Actually 8. So this will be 4 more than I did last year. And these will be books around personal growth, some nonfiction, maybe some. I'm not much of a fiction reader. Just things to help me grow, and maybe some books on nutrition, because that's one thing that I'm really focusing on, and recently started focusing on is my nutrition. Move towards a plant-based diet. You might call that vegan, but I'm not 100% down that path. I still enjoy, meat. I'll have a steak every now and then, fish, some chicken, eggs. I am slowly but surely moving away from dairy. The more and more I read about dairy, there's substitutes for it, and so it's not something that I have to have. And so, that's the next one is fine tune my eating. More of a plant based whole foods diet. I've been down this path for a while, several months now, maybe 6 months, and I feel great. I know feeling great is also part of my comes as a result of my exercise, the amount of exercise I do. I exercise a lot. And then on my personal side, also doing more things that scare me, get me outside my comfort zone, doing this, putting myself out there for criticism, for and actually, maybe there'll be people that'll step up that want to help me. I'm trying to learn how to edit videos, watching a lot of YouTube videos on editing. There's a lot that goes into it. So, and one of the things they said is, first thing you want to do is just put videos out there. Don't be too concerned about all the little things, the thumbnails and all that stuff. It'll come later. But the main thing is just getting the habit of putting videos out there. So that's what I'm doing. And this is one of the things that put me outside my comfort zone. I do plan on joining a speakers bureau, but I can't think of what it's called. But they teach you how to speak in public. Plan on doing that. There's some courses available for that, and so yeah, that's my personal stuff. And the professional, advancing and grow in my career. RealPage has a lot of learning opportunities. We have what's called RealPage University. I'm slowly but surely maxing out. One of the sections has to do with personal and professional growth. And I got a few more classes to take in that. And then I am going to take a management ready to lead class. It's a 6-month, twice a week, 6 hours a day, each of those 2 days. So it's a big commitment, but I'm ready to take it to the next level. And so I'm willing to do whatever I need to do to get myself there. And do more networking, personal networking with people outside of work, inside of work, build relationships at the office, go to some networking events, not necessarily sales events, just go and meet people, have one-on-one coffees, have lunch with people, expand your network. You never know when that next person you meet. I always believe that you're one introduction away from your next great opportunity. So I'm always interested in meeting new people, and so this year 2020 is going to be one of meeting more people. And then on the physical side, one of my big ones is running a 100-mile ultra marathon, and that's coming up here right now. Scheduled right now, looking like April 5th. It just depends on how my everything lines up for this particular race. And then the other thing I picked up on in the beginning of the new year was there's a group of runners within Dallas Dirt Runners is what the group is called, but they have 2020 and 2020, which is running 2,020 miles in 2020. So I signed up for that, and I'll kind of give an update where I am on that here shortly. And so, because other people have asked me, how's that going? And and then also incorporate more strength and conditioning into my training schedule. I am really bad about that. You need to have that even if you're a runner. It's just building up strengthening the muscles. And then the other thing is stretching. I am horrible about that. I don't think I've ever stretched really, and not necessarily before I run, but after, and like before I go to bed, maybe when I get up in the morning. So I'm adding that into my some physical goals, just being more consistent. And then one of the things, going back to the whole planning thing, is I planned out this video. I sat down and typed out and used my laptop and kind of, not a script, but just something to follow to keep me moving forward, keep it organized. So I did that. And then one thing you may have seen my post on LinkedIn, but I'm starting to use this again, a actual big calendar. Write my appointments down, my family, daughter's soccer games, family stuff, just so it's right there in front of me where I can look at it. And also, just I can check things off. I like to check things off. And then I also have, this is kind of, my to-do list. I got a to-do list, and so I keep that. All this stuff is also on my on social media, but on my phone. But I just like to have it visual. And then, for my my ultra marathon training, I actually wrote out. You can see it, but wrote out each week. The distances, total distance each week I need to run, the dates, and then I may have to go in and tweak it a little bit based on, I'll look at my calendar and figure out my daughter's soccer games and all the other events on the weekends and stuff, and make some adjustments. So that's the other thing about a plan is be flexible. Always be flexible, and life's going to throw a curveball. You may have to miss a week or something of doing what you want to do, but that's the key thing is be flexible. And then sometimes life will punch you in the mouth and everything gets thrown out, and you have an injury or you get really sick or whatever it might be, and that's just the way life is. And then once you get through that, then you pick back up where where you left off. And so in conclusion, I kind of talked a little bit more than I wanted to, but that's just what I do. Success in life comes with planning. You've got to plan if you want to be successful. If you're in sales and you want to meet a quota, you've got to write all this stuff down, and especially for your boss is going to want to see it. So there's nothing, no way around it. I mean, you look at the successful people; they have their stuff written down. They have their goals written down. They revisit their goals frequently. And as I mentioned before, without a plan, you're like a ship in the ocean, without a rudder, just floating around aimlessly. Anyway, I appreciate if you'd share your thoughts, comments on what I've shared. If you've got ideas or suggestions on how I'm going about doing this, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. If you would, like, share, and subscribe. And if you really can't wait for my next upload and want to be notified, there's a little bell up on the next to it, and you can click on that little bell, and you'll get a little email whenever when I do my next video. So with that being said, again, I appreciate those that made it all the way to the end, and the plan is once a week, probably on Sunday, work on it. And if you hang out long enough, you might be able to see some more exciting edited videos. But in the meantime, this is me in the raw. So I hope you enjoyed it. I appreciate, again, any feedback, and subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you. Y'all have a good one.